Hello, Guardians. Welcome back to Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deerigan. Alongside me this week is not Josh. Josh is on vacation. So I put a call out into the Discord, the Tower Casuals Discord. And the Tower Casuals Fire Team has answered the call. We have three guests here tonight. First up, the Sherpa of the Tower Casuals, Joasis, is here.
Hello.
Hi, Joasis.
What's going on? How's it going? How's it going?
You know, it's just it's another week, another week until Lightfall comes out. New stuff happening. You know, big, 3 drops this week worth of information. It's a big week. It's a big week.
They keep just dumping on us, and it's all good stuff.
I know.
It's all good.
I know. It's good stuff. Also here, the streamer, the Titan, the big box crayon eating Yoloder is here.
Ayo, what's up, y'all?
That big box of crayons is as long as your beard. That's all I gotta say. It's a good beard, though.
I don't know, man. I think my beard's
Solid
longer
beard.
than a big box of crayons. I might have to start eating my beard now with the crayons.
There's like 64 in there, man.
We're gonna have to do a study
beard
on that.
cast.
Yeah.
Beard cast.
That's the
right.
next contest in the Discord, is just who has the best beard. So
I mean, I am growing out for a Viking beard contest for the Ren
Ooh,
Fair,
ooh.
so
Oh,
nice.
Somebody's cheating.
Yeah. You're gonna put some extensions in there and braid it up.
I mean, I'm Amish, so it kind of just is natural with me to just grow out this luscious beard. So
That's fair. My parents' neighbors were Amish until I was like 12. So
see, I can't really say my roots are Amish, but I'm more like a Mennonite, I guess, because I play Destiny, and you can't do that if you're Amish. So
well, you
That's
can
true.
as long as it's not your PC or Xbox or PlayStation, as I've come to learn.
That's
You
fair.
have to sit next to somebody while they play Destiny, and then it's kind of this.
Go that way. Do not pick the hunter class. Pick the Titan.
Yeah. Speaking of those hunters,
Ugh,
we have a hunter main here.
we do.
Man, the capes and the dodges and stuff. Whatever. You can't just run up and punch someone. It's fine. T7 Fox Warriors here
Hello.
as well.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going. I just got off work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Work.
Flipping-
Wouldn't it be
flipping
nice
beat.
if we could just not work and just talk about Destiny for,
I mean, bro, look at it like this. We're on a floating rock in space paying taxes, man.
I don't know. I bet they don't pay taxes in the tower. You think Shaxx is just running around like thunder crashing everybody that doesn't pay their tower tax?
Pay
I
the
don't know,
government,
I
Guardian.
don't know, man. I feel like there's like some kind of tax there. There has to be.
Yeah.
Glimmer.
I mean,
Ugh.
I feel like Zavala would do that shit though. Just my opinion.
Guardian, you need to fill out your W-2 form.
Oh God.
No, we went to him for work. We got to fill out a 1099. Oh man, it's
Guardian,
a
I found a discrepancy on your 1099 form.
oh no, yeah, felony. Even though the government can tell you exactly what you owe, you have to guess every year.
Exactly. It's like, I think I made this much.
Oh man, it's fine. It's all good. Anyways, we said we were going to make fun of Josh, but I don't know. What do you think Josh is doing right now? He's probably, I don't know. He's probably riding some sort of, I don't know, bus, we'll
He
say.
is balls deep in a lightsaber.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Where'd he go?
He's in Disney World.
Oh.
Probably I don't know, man.
Probably waiting that 3-hour queue to ride Rise of the Resistance, because that's how long it takes to ride that stupid ride. But I want to ride it myself. So
No, he probably paid for that because you can pay to skip the line.
Oh, so
I
you,
think
you
he
probably
said
paid
he
the Genie
was.
Plus.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He was saying he wasted all of his money on his foam Gallagher that he can't even mount on his wall.
I know.
So
Ugh.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. Look, he's
It's worth
probably
it,
look. He's eating sandwiches. He's drinking blue milk. He's I don't know, building 75 lightsabers. Probably come home with a droid. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I guess we're here to talk about Destiny, not Josh's fun vacation. I hope he chokes on a sandwich. That's all I gotta say. Just kidding, Josh. Don't leave me. I need you.
Corey's just sad that Josh is gone.
I am. Look, I wish
He's
I was
lashing
there.
out.
I really
Corey's
wish
just
I was there.
upset. Yeah, see, you're upset you're not there. He didn't
Corey's
invite
lashing
you.
out.
I am. It's fine. No childhood trauma here. So yeah, a lot happened this weekend in Destiny. Do we want to jump right into it? I guess this major major weapon tuning
Yeah.
preview. They dropped a massive blog yesterday, just explaining the weapon changes and the archetype changes, and I guess we go through all these numbers. Look, as a Titan, this is all just making me want to shove more crayons in my mouth. But
Yep.
I guess we could go through the numbers the way that Josh does, because he, there's a lot of people listening to the show that care about the percentages and the numbers. So we're gonna do all that and kind of go one by one. I'm not gonna read every little thing here, but I know there's a lot of PC players here. Red reticles are now available on PC. Was that a thing? I don't know. I play on Xbox.
I don't know. I've never changed it.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
green, so I don't know. Yeah,
It's crazy that it took 9 years to be able to do that on PC, even though it wasn't a D1.
Yeah, it's weird. You can change it on Xbox. You've been able to change it since vanilla D1, the color of the reticle, and I don't know, for some reason I can't see red very well in Destiny, so like I changed it to bright green, like this nasty neon green. Still doesn't help though.
I mean, reticles don't really matter to me because I have a little piece of tape with a little Sharpie in the middle of my screen. So
oh, you do? You're one of those
yeah,
people.
I'm one of those. Oh, I used to play CS:GO, so yeah, I
Wow.
say more.
I've definitely drawn on my screen with a marker to mark out a spot for CS:GO before.
Yeah.
Hey, now I get a red reticle, so maybe I'll take the dot down. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
you're
probably
gonna
not.
keep the dot up.
I'm gonna
Let's
keep
be
the
honest.
dot.
The dot still.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna forget that was a change in about 10 seconds anyway. So.
Yep.
Yeah. That's fair. So all right. So weapon archetypes. When playing on console, your reticle will turn red. When it's over an enemy that's inside your weapon's effective range. This is a useful visual aid that we've wanted to be global for a while. So we've also enabled this on PC. In a future season, we'll be making this color customizable, similar to the base reticle color. Okay, so we're going to move into the weapons here. Linear fusion rifles. You probably saw this coming. Yeah, we saw this coming. Considering everybody's using that crafted Taipan and nothing else.
Yep.
Hey, cataclysmic go burr. Okay.
Nah, fire and forget, dude. It's so much better.
Look,
I sat here and did the numbers, dude. I know it.
Look, my one friend always runs Gallarhorn without fail. So I always run a code duello with tracking and cluster bombs on it, and it works just as well.
Oh yeah.
And that way I can save my exotic for another spot. So all right, so linear fusion rifles outperform other heavy weapons for boss damage by a wide margin, and have had plenty of time in the sun. We're bringing them down enough for other options to compete. At the same time, exotic heavy linear fusion rifles don't do enough to justify using one over a legendary, so they're not affected by this nerf. Reduce damage versus champions, mini bosses, and vehicles by 15%. Jeez, 15%. Jeez. That's awful. Sleeper simulant and cream breaker are unaffected. Sleeper fans, this is not a drill. Great. All right, so I guess I'm using sleeper instead of
Yes.
Taipan now.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really care for linear fusion rifles anyway, but they are they. I always have my Taipan equipped in a Nightfall or something, right? I mean, that's
Bring
just.
back
I mean,
Sniper GL meta.
Uh,
I use my
Mhm.
Arbalist once in a blue moon, and that's really it for my linears that I use. So
yeah, yeah. I just know everybody was freaking out about that Taipan you could craft, and then like it just seems like everybody has that now.
Oh yeah, they essentially give it to you, like they
I
just
know,
give you the pattern,
I know.
so it's pretty
I took
Yeah.
disgusting.
so long to even do
That's
that
Bungie's fault.
that stupid quest.
You know, it's Bungie's fault. Machine guns. Machine guns have been buffed a few times over the past year or so, but only in PvE. We've opted to increase their base damage a little, which makes them more forgiving to use in PvP. Who's using a machine gun in PvP? Also applies across the board for PvE. PvP damage is typically the base, and PvE has multipliers on top of that. We're also substantially increasing machine gun reserves, giving them higher uptime, particularly useful in hard content. Increased damage by about 10%, with the following effects on time to kill against a Guardian with a tier 6 resilience. Great. High impact frame, they're reducing it from 0.67 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Rapid fire frame, reduced from 0.53 seconds to 0.47 seconds. Wow, that 0.06. Is that really a...
We're gonna
See,
see that.
this
Yeah.
it's just, yeah. Adaptive frame unchanged. The increased reserve ammo by 50% at 0 inventory stat and 20 at 100 inventory stat. So I mean, increase the reserve ammo is cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't use heavy machine guns enough. I do use the Taken King one though sometimes.
Mm.
I love that machine gun.
I say I say I use Xenophage a lot. Especially when it's like solar damage,
Mm-hmm.
for like Nightfalls and all that.
Yeah.
And then Grand Overture, I feel like it's gonna be kind of like not the meta, but it's gonna be used a lot when Lightfall hits, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That makes me excited for Xenophage, because I would assume that that's a 0 inventory stat because it's
Yeah.
so low.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that means what? What's
Let's
28 times 1.5?
Oh,
30, 42. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
42. Yeah.
If that's the case, that's pretty good.
Ooh,
Yeah. I mean,
that's a lot
42
of
shots
damage.
base.
I know. Dude, I used to love Xenophage. Like, and then when they nerfed it, it just kind of like everybody just lost interest. But like that gun was so fun to use
Oh yeah.
Well,
at the
they
time.
brought it back. Like they buffed it a little bit, and I noticed it's back to like what it was. It's
Yeah.
not just putting out a lot of damage,
Yeah.
but I still call it my mega delete button for a reason.
Oh
Yeah.
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 That on the Spire of the Watcher boss is not a bad idea.
I guess I never really thought about using it there.
That with a 2 of those with like a divinity goes pretty hard.
Yeah. We used linears for the final boss, and I was like doing the numbers. I'm like, yeah, it's so much better. And then it ended up being like a 7 phase on the final, and my friend was like, nah, rockets, and like 3 phased it.
Yeah, rockets are pretty crazy in there.
Yeah. In that last phase, we've been using Wither Horde and then 2 Galahorns in there, and we've 3 phased it. So you shoot 2 Wither Hordes right at the door when he starts walking through, and then he'll kind of get stuck there, and then you just kind of unleash on him.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is finding heavy ammo after that first round is like, it's gross.
Yeah.
Man, remember heavy ammo sense?
I miss those days.
Dude.
I know.
Oh man.
All right, heavy grenade launchers. They haven't been touched in a while and are substantially below some of the other heavy options for damage. On top of that, grenade launcher projectiles have a travel time, a ballistic arc, relatively small blast radius, so it can be hard to consistently land shots, moving targets. and they may hit fewer targets with the explosion than you'd expect. Yeah, I never use heavy grenade launchers. They just suck unless you're like right up close. And like I almost use a heavy grenade launcher as a slug shotgun pretty much because like I'm just terrible at using them unless I'm up close.
That's a real Titan thing for you to say there, Corey.
Look, it is. I know. Look, I'm not claiming to be the best Destiny player out there, okay? I like the glaive. I like shotguns. I like punching people, okay? About as close as a sniper rifle you're going to get out of me is Outbreak Perfected, okay? Or like, or,
Is Xenophage.
yeah, Xenophage. So, but man, if they can improve some of this stuff, maybe it might work with like, I don't know, thrall clearing because thralls are the worst. Let's see, where did I leave off? So heavy grenade launchers should be significantly more useful in PvE and easier to use in both PvE and PvP. Increased damage versus champions, mini bosses, bosses, and vehicles by 20%. Miners by 40%. That's a pretty big increase. Happy with that.
Heavy grenade launchers go burr.
I'm pretty sure Anarchy is being buffed by this as well.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw people talking about that a lot today.
Yeah.
Improved projectile collision, making it slightly easier to land hits. Thanks.
That's so good.
Increased blast radius by 1 meter. Parasite is unaffected though, in case any of you out there are still using Parasite. Oh, jeez. Of course. The one guy, the Warlock.
This guy. Hey, listen, Parasite. It'll melt you a champion. Let me tell you.
You know what else melts a champion?
Shot.
A mod mixed with a glaive.
No.
But worm launcher glaive.
Glaive.
Yeah. No.
I'm just saying though, if you guys don't have
you
the
can have
crafted
both
tarnation yet, I would suggest getting that though because it has chain reaction, and if you're running an art class, it really, really does help out wonders when you throw like a storm grenade with it.
That sounds crazy, yeah.
I can't be bothered to do Wellspring that much, honestly.
Yeah.
I have to do it for the quest. Like I literally just need Tarnation for the quest, but I'm good. I'll pass.
Yeah,
I
just got I finally got Gumshoe the other day, and I'm if I could delete Wellspring out the game, I would do it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm done.
But then again, that was us during Escalation Protocol back when it was in the game. We were like, oh, this sucks. Get rid of it. And now look at us. We miss Escalation Protocol.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, now that I get the Ikelos shotgun by doing other things, I don't miss it.
I miss it.
That was really the only reason why I miss it. But whatever. Now we have the new thing on Mars where you just kind of run up to the tower and hope you don't die with all the enemies flying at you.
Now, see, that's only on like the last tower, the one with the Taken. That's like the worst spot for me because I always die there.
Yeah, it's fine. Just just somebody won't revive you, and then
You're sitting there for 35 seconds waiting.
Yeah, and then you'll spawn all the way back at like where you spawn in, and you like run all the way back, and then just to die again. That's fine. All right, let's talk about shotguns. The new shotgun reticle shows the correct spread pattern, which is cool. I really like that. But in its shipping form, the size of the reticle wasn't affected by the current spread angle, or with the magazine options like smooth bore. This change should make the reticle accurate in most ways at 85 degree field of view. A change to make this accurate for all field of view options will come in a future season. That'll be good because I play at like 105 or 110. Shotgun reticles now change size in proportion of spread angle, and Legend of Arceus or Acreus, hipfire reticle is now a bit more representative of its very large spread angle. Man, that gun was cool for like 10 minutes.
I hope it's good again. I mean, I do miss I would love a fourth horseman meta too. Love me a fourth horseman.
Yeah.
One time I enjoyed using fourth horseman was during Sunless Cell Nightfall week in D1. It was the only time I loved it on Arc Week.
Just destroying that man in the middle
Yeah.
of that cell.
Man,
Yeah.
these exotic shotguns. Side tangent, I guess. My one friend and I, we were talking about which exotics hadn't made it over from D1 yet, just as conversation. Not that we really care, but we were talking about Fabian strategy.
Oh God.
We were like how that was like the worst exotic of all time because it literally didn't do anything other like different from a normal shotgun. And that was the Titan exclusive.
Yeah.
Why? Just why?
I think the Warlocks made out best in that whole
Yeah.
exchange of the things, because
Well,
Talalok or whatever it was called was
yeah,
just
Talalak was
ghosting.
awesome. And then I mean, what the hunters got Ace of Spades, right? That was the hunter.
Yeah,
Was
but
it?
Yeah.
They got a good one then, actually.
the legendary you got from that Still Piercer was far better than Ace of Spades.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, man. Titans got screwed. It was
You
fine.
always get screwed.
They had the cool shotgun that was like insane, like inside of a bubble or something. Like it shot all the bullets in like one thing.
Yeah, but it was like
Something like that.
yeah, but nobody ever used it because there was so many better exotics to use in
True.
situations other than that like maybe it would be kind of cool now in certain situations, but man, it was not great at the time.
That was the era of like final round shotgunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Constant.
I'll give you one place where it was cool was Prison of Elders in like one of the final rounds when all the enemies were kind of swarming to the middle.
Yeah.
Man, Prison of
Fair
Elders
enough.
was cool.
Yeah, it was.
I pulled Gallarhorn out of that chest.
Yo, same.
Kinetic weapons. Kinetic slab weapons have always done 5% more damage versus unshielded targets in PvE. This meant that kinetic slot stasis weapons were straight up better with extra functionality with no downside. We wanted to give players more of a reason to run kinetic damage type weapons. So instead of a blanket kinetic slot damage boost, we're switching to a kinetic damage type boost based on whether your kinetic weapon uses primary or special ammo and increases the bonus significantly. Kinetic primary weapon damage multiplier increased from 1.05 to 1.1. Cool. Kinetic special weapon damage multiplier increased from 1.05 to 1.15. Man, so here's the thing. These numbers don't mean anything to me. What does that mean? Like I need someone way smarter than me to explain what these numbers mean. Like, what is a 1.05 in Destiny? Like, what does that mean?
Especially when, like, you hit something, it's the damage is measured in like 695 for just like a non-critical bullet or something.
It's gonna be
I don't know.
18 hit points,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah, but the thing too is like you
Big
don't
whoop.
really see numbers pop off the enemies, and then like their health just goes down. But like, like what does a 1 look like? Let me see what a 1 looks like compared to a 1.05. What is, I don't know. Whatever. This
I
is
mean, the 1.15 now that makes Witherhoard even stronger, I guess.
I guess.
I guess so.
That's all I'm
kinda
reading right
busted.
there.
Yeah,
It's kinda
I
busted.
guess. Yeah, I guess. Kinetic slot stasis weapons no longer have a 5% damage bonus versus unshielded targets in PvE. There's also a kinetic damage type perk coming in Lightfall. Ooh,
Let's go.
I like
It's gonna be like
that.
an airborne effectiveness for kinetic guns or something.
Yeah.
If you're floating, you deal 10% more kinetic damage.
Jeez.
Get away from the airborne stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm done with Airborne.
Who's jumping that much in Destiny?
Okay, that is my beef with this season's season pass exotic.
The Manticore?
I feel like such a dork when I'm floating around.
It's because you're a warlock, though.
I feel like such a dork. It feels so awkward to float around with that.
Oh, man, it's so fun. It's so fun. I hate it, but because like every time you go to run like your weekly strikes or whatever, it's like, oh, guess what? The damage boon is grounded. So if you're in the air, you're gonna die.
You get
But
You're
we want you to
screwed.
use this exotic so you
deep
can get
fried in the air.
so stupid. All right, let's talk about some of the exotic changes coming up. So they're changing, just like many players, we've wanted exotic weapons to have a strong theming around their damage type to use the real subclass 3.0 verbs. The Lightfall's longer development and playtest cycle gave us the opportunity to add subclass verbs to many of the top picks. Our goal with adding subclass 3.0 verbs is to this grant. Wow, you should proofread this. Is to grant these weapons additional functionality and let them tie into subclass builds in a more meaningful way. In most cases, this is also or is paired with a hefty buff. I like buffs.
Hefty scoop of buff.
Yep. The Queen Breaker's blinding effect was underwhelming for a heavy weapon, so we've changed how that's deployed. Note that Queen Breaker was also not affected by the global damage reduction to linear fusion rifles, making it substantially stronger by comparison. The shot now chains to nearby enemies and uses Arc 3.0 blind. That's cool.
Yes.
That's really cool.
So that'll stun unstoppables, correct?
Seems that way.
Just like, yeah.
Seems like that's what's happening.
It's cool that they're making it a little bit easier to deal with champions.
Yeah, I agree. Champions are the worst.
Well, aren't they steering
They're
away from
okay.
champions?
No,
No,
fact
they're
that they're-
doubling down on
yeah,
champions.
Oh,
The
where did
fact
I
that-
read? Oh man,
the
I'm
Well,
fact
the
that they're
I'm-
like adding all these extra like intrinsic ways means that they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I think
That's
they
all it
said
means.
the tormentors are more like champions than the light bearers were, which means
Okay, well, yeah, I could.
gross.
I think the light bearers were a bad idea, but for plot, go for it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I thought they were going to be a lot scarier than they were. They were just
They're scary in GMs, for
Well,
sure.
yeah, but I
They'll
mean, like in the campaign and stuff, they were just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I'll just shoot you 3 more times with my shotgun and crush your
Especially
ghost.
even on like legendary, they weren't that crazy. Like except the final mission when they threw three of them at you at the same time.
Yeah,
Like
Mhm.
it wasn't that nuts
yeah,
a fight.
yeah. But I mean, even if you had a team that knew what they were doing when you got there, right? I mean,
Oh,
they
yeah.
still weren't terrible, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ruinous Effigy feels very voidy, and slamming the transmission sphere was an obvious place to put an additional effect. I meant transmutation sphere. Sorry. Transmutation sphere slammed attack now suppresses. That's neat. I like that. Leviathan's Breath buff from a few seasons back inadvertently reduced the PvP damage enough that it could no longer one-hit kill players in their super with a headshot. We fixed that, but also added a volatile and increased the damage versus champion substantially to highlight its anti-champion role. This is getting 3 changes. Now applies volatile on perfect draw impact, increases damage from 396 to 442. See, again, numbers. What do these numbers mean? As opposed to 1 and 1.05. What is
That's like guardian damage.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Oh, okay.
being being that guy. This
Being
allows
that
it
guy.
to once again one hit kill all supers in PvP, increase damage versus champions by 30%. 30%? Jeez.
Yeah, that's big, but
It's pretty.
I don't know if I want to use my heavy slot for Leviathan's Breath.
That's also
Right.
fair.
Yeah.
Felt
They
like I
need
can
to
push.
up its like ammo count a bit, I think, and then it
Yeah.
might be a little more like it already gives you like I think 28 or 30 shots. But
Yeah.
I think if they made it like 40 or so, I think that would like 40 to 50.
Yeah.
That would make it worth running.
The only time I ever used Leviathan's Breath was just to push Callus off his little stage. It's the only time I've ever used it.
Oh yeah.
Man, remember Leviathan? What a dumb raid.
Too bad they're bringing it back.
Gosh, I hope that's not the raid they're bringing back this
Yeah,
year.
me too. But I don't know. They said they were done with Siva, so I don't think we're gonna get a Wrath.
Oh my gosh, I know, but
I'm
man,
sad.
I hope it's Scourge of the past.
I'd
If
be
it's
okay
not
with that.
Wrath, I hope it's Scourge.
man,
Scourge
dude,
was
if it's
amazing.
man, if it's something like Leviathan or like I don't know, even
I'd be okay with Crown.
Crota, man, like I would just be so upset.
I want Crota to come back as like a exotic mission style thing.
Yeah,
Like
I think they did say
Presage.
that there was something. Josh and I have talked about this before, where they would bring it back as a 3-man dungeon and kind of rework it a little bit, as
I
opposed
think
to
that's better than
a raid.
a full raid. I mean, if they made it like a raid, they would have to change too much stuff
Yeah,
because it was just too easy for
Yeah.
six people.
yeah, and you needed those boots to do Skolas too, which was awful.
Yeah.
All right, so where do we leave off? 1,000 Voices was briefly a top pick in season 14, but has been eclipsed by other options since then. We wanted to lean even more into the chain of solar explosions by adding Scorch, and with the global heavy changes, it's also a strong option. If you have Ember of Ashes equipped, landing a full burst on a single target will trigger an ignition immediately. Exact results may vary depending on whether others are also scorching a target. So each explosion now applies a 10 plus 5 with Embers of Ashes scorch stacks. Neat. Oh my gosh, Sunshot. Sunshot was a top candidate for applying solar subclass verbs, and the explosions are the clear place to add to. Explosions on kill now apply 10 plus 5 scorch attacks. Neat. Still not using Sunshot. I haven't used Sunshot in like 5 years.
Sunshot's okay. It's just Zuli's Bane is essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's legendary.
I kind of put Sunshot up there with Skyburner's Oath. It was nice to use for a minute and then not.
I use Sunshot every now and then just to see how it feels, hoping it changes even a little bit, but it never does, and I'm always disappointed.
So yeah, but so here's the thing: you guys are all PC players, right? Like hand cannons probably feel extremely different
Hand
on
cannons are
PC.
pretty nice on
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, not the same on Xbox. I'm
You
gonna throw that out
dirty,
there.
filthy Xbox player.
I know.
I do remember back in the day when I played on PlayStation, I did have the Fatebringer, like the weapon feel. I had such like a crazy muscle memory for it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I could ever get back to that ever again.
Yeah.
It was like so like baked in from years of playing with Fatebringer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you random question? Have you guys gone back to Destiny 1 at all to try to play it since
Oh,
Destiny
yeah,
2 came
no.
out?
Yep.
It's
Nope.
terrible.
All the time, actually.
Oh my gosh.
All the time.
It's terrible.
Oh my god. The 30 frames a second gave me a headache. Like I'm not usually that guy, but like going from 60 and 120 frames a second to 30 really like broke my brain.
It feels so slow and like a completely different game.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Yeah. And
So slow.
like I'm not really like a frame rate person. You're talking to a person who plays a lot of games on Switch because he runs a Nintendo podcast also. Like frames usually don't bother me all that much, but oh my gosh, dude, there's just something about it.
Same
Now,
here.
see, frames have never bothered me. It's always been I'm a graphics whore. If the graphics are terrible, I can't play it.
See, I am the exact opposite. I would rather have 17 pixels making up my entire screen, but if I have 100 FPS, I'm chilling.
No. I want
And
to see the
say,
hair sticking out of a mole on Arthur Morgan's face.
Ugh.
and say the only reason I go back to Destiny 1 to play anything is just use my No Land Beyond again. Because I
miss
got
that
some
gun.
stupid shots with that gun, and I miss that thing so
gun
much.
So much. It was so much fun.
Man. All right. Where do we leave off here? Polaris Lance
Yeah.
always had a burn effect, so it was obvious to change it was an obvious change to switch this to Scorch. Perfect fifth shots now apply 40 plus 20 Scorch stacks instead of a custom burn. That's cool. I like Polaris Lance. Two-tailed Fox, everybody. Oh my gosh, this is
What?
Two-tailed Fox had
What?
tough competition as a heavy exotic weapon, but now it's the only weapon that can apply subclass verbs from multiple damage types without extra steps. Solar Rocket now applies 60 plus 30 Scorch stacks instead of burn. The Void Rocket already applies suppress, and the Catalyst completes the trifecta.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, I've always wanted
That's pretty
Two-Tailed
cool.
Fox to be so good.
Remember when
I
Two-Tailed
love
Fox
it.
was coming out and everybody said it was going to be the next Gallarhorn?
And then it just
But they said that about
Yeah.
Merciless too.
They
At
say that about a
launch.
lot of stuff, and nothing ever is. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
No.
much.
And that's why Gallahorn's back.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Even though they said, yeah, we're never bringing it back.
Yeah.
No, you lie.
Yep.
They brought it
Yeah.
back
You lie.
in a cool way, though. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for when you had to interact with Shahan, but
Oh, God.
Oh,
Shahan's
yeah,
the worst.
God, dude.
Prometheus Lens. It has utility with its Solar 3.0 rework, but we wanted to give it something more spectacular on kills. In addition, so they added incandescent perk to the Catalyst.
woo,
That's spicy.
that sounds hot.
Kind
I
of
like
huge.
that.
Yeah.
That's spicy.
Sounds
Mm.
hot.
I think I'm gonna bust out some Prometheus Lens later.
Laser tag weekend all over again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that weekend was awesome.
Laser tag only Vow the Disciple run?
Mm.
Question
Now,
mark?
see, I did do laser tag weekend, but I never got the emblem. I was super upset about it.
Grand Overture's latest buff increases the missile damage by 50%. Brought it up plenty. It just needs its blind updated to tie into Arc 3.0. Switch the catalyst to use Arc Blind. Man, that's spicy too.
That's pretty sick.
Man, Grand Overture, Yoloder, you might have hit it on the head. This might be.
It's gonna be meta. I feel like it's gonna be like one of the meta things in Lightfall. Is Grand Overture.
Yeah.
It has always been really good, but it's just gotten outshined. So now that they're bringing linears like down and that way up, I think it might be meta.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
Plus, it's gonna stun. I think unstoppable champions. I think is the arc blinding thing.
Yeah. That could
Probably.
be spicy in a GM.
Also, can I just say they need to give what's the rocket from Deepstone Crypt?
Oh, Eyes of Tomorrow.
Eyes of Tomorrow. They need to give that incandescent, and that will go crazy.
That'd be stupid. Oh my god.
You would be able to fry a whole group of ads in 2 seconds.
Oh my god.
And it would be great.
You're just asking for too much now, Joyce.
I don't think so. It wouldn't make it crazy boss damage, and you're still burning a rocket. I think it's balanced. I think it's balanced.
I don't know. Balance for what? Your power fantasy?
It is balanced. It's perfectly fine.
Joe's one of those dudes. He runs well and div in Persis, but still does like 2.4 mil damage, and everyone else is only at like 1.5.
Listen, nobody needs to worry about Warlock fusion
Like,
nades.
man's
They're
over
completely
here.
balanced and fine.
Dude's playing
They're fine.
Hacker Man. Crank out
They're okay.
2.4 mil damage.
Wow.
They're okay.
Hipfire reticles. Where we're starting to experiment with hipfire weapon reticles, conveying more information, and use Manticore as a testbed for this. You can expect to see more weapon type or exotic weapon functionality show up in hipfire reticles in season 21 and beyond, adding a reticle element to the Manticore, showing current stacks of anti-grav repulsor. I don't know. I like hip fire stuff, but I feel like aiming down sights just works better in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
I mean, as somebody who came from playing Halo and moved into Destiny, like I was so anti aiming down sights for such a long time, and then I was like, oh well, I guess you do more damage and are more accurate.
Now you kind of have to.
Yeah.
It's like kind of not really an option.
Yeah. Also, my one friend that I used to play a lot with yelled at me when I wasn't aiming down sights a lot, because at the time he was like super hardcore, and I think he still is pretty hardcore into Destiny, which is probably why we don't play together a lot anymore. But that's fine.
Wait. Titans actually aim?
I do. I try.
Okay. Well, I'm that one special breed that eats 2 crayons of boxes. All right.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to ADS with last word, dude. I can't not.
Look, my box of
Hurt.
crayons has glitter in it. Okay, I got a 4-year-old, so that glitter box is pretty tasty.
New flavor just dropped. Glitter flavor.
Yep. New flavor. Perks. With Strand coming to the game, along with new Strand weapon damage perk, we've updated a couple older perks. Osmosis now works with Strand. Elemental Capacitor now has the following effect when using a Strand subclass: plus 20 airborne effectiveness, plus 25 for the enhanced perk. Rewind rounds will be appearing on more weapons in Lightfall with a custom build to but was custom built to only work with the Vault of Glass weapon set. We've tweaked it to be more general purpose, so that's neat. Eager Edge had some bugs that needed addressing in previous release. We're now taking the time to do more complete rework, which also let us reduce or remove most of the restrictions that were in place. No longer deactivates when moving faster than 35 milliseconds. Okay. Deactivates correctly after a single melee swing. Okay. Reduces the base lunge distance buff from 2 to 1.8. Okay. Reduces airborne lunge distance penalty from 25% to 20%. And enhanced perk now increases lunge distance slightly, back up to 2. Okay.
So as the Eager Edge main of the Discord server, all this is very good changes.
Yeah.
Because it's taking away a bit of the nerf that was in place, and I can go faster now. So I'm happy.
Okay. Well, I trust the Discord. Sometimes I look in the Discord and I'm like, I probably should not be running this Destiny podcast. But then I'm like, I really just host. Josh really runs the Destiny podcast, and then we're all good. There's my secret. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I have not known what I'm doing for 8 years. So
You're fine. You're doing great.
Blinding. They renamed blinding grenades to disorienting grenades.
It's never going to be disorienting. They're always going to be blinding grenades.
Yeah. I wonder if that was some sort of like accessibility. They got a complaint because, one of those things. Yeah. Vice Stinger is one of the most desirable origin traits in the game, particularly, but not only on linear fusion rifles, to the point where it makes it hard for non-Vice weapons to compete. It needed some adjustment with this change. It's still valuable, but more in line with other origin traits. This was typically a full reload when the perk was activated. It now reloads 25% of the magazine gross. Should be 50%.
Rest in peace, Vice Stinger.
I know, rip Vice Stinger.
Mm-hmm.
That's like half the reason I use Crate all the time.
Yep.
Well, and that's gonna fuck up Taipan. That's gonna mess up
all the linear fusions.
Yeah.
Reed's
Yeah.
Regret is done now too.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
just
Reed's Regret was
rip,
already like,
rip bozo.
yeah. So the future, we're already hard at work on season 21 and 22, and some of the changes we're making include adding a full auto melee accessibility setting.
Oh
Stabby
God.
stabby with the glaives.
Oh,
Corey.
No.
Automatic Titan.
No.
Oh God.
Cyborg Titan time.
Sorry, I just got really excited.
It applies to all forms of melee. Oh
Yep,
my
glaives,
god, dude!
punchy,
Punchies, glaives. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Uh,
Titan hammers.
a Passover weapon type and exotic weapon hip fire reticles, including increasing how visibly they change even at high FOV, and adding features like charge meters and exotic perk counters. We've also got balance changes in the works, but it's a little too early to get into them. We'll have more information to share post Lightfall. All right. Overall thoughts on these weapon changes before we get into the TWAB, because this was a beefy article. I saw Josh tweet out also. He said, "Why did this have to happen while I'm packing?" I said, "Well, it's your fault."
As stated though, Grand Overture is going to be the most meta thing, and I'm so excited for that. Because when we got it handed to us, it was okay, and I was like, man, there's a lot of potential of this gun, and now this whole thing it just reads like, hey, Grand Overture is going to be your best bet for all your strikes and raids.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before we move on?
I saw something back in 1K. If you have Ember of Ashes equipped, landing a full burst on a single target will trigger an ignition immediately. That's kind of huge for faster DPS phases.
That'll
You don't
do
have
damage, yeah.
that time between. Yeah, that's gonna be massive.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. Uh,
Yeah.
all right. So we're gonna move into the TWAB now. They showed off a trailer showing off some of the new exotics. We're gonna talk about some of these new exotics real quick. So I think a lot of these look awesome, and I'm so happy that this glaive is a heavy glaive, because especially now with this auto melee
Oh my gosh,
going on,
man.
I'm never taking glaives off.
It's
Never.
gotta swing slow as hell though. Like it can't be like a
Yeah.
fast swing.
No, I bet it's just
being
as
a
fast as a
heavy.
regular glaive.
I don't know.
I hope not.
I think we all who like glaives really want a either kinetic strand or a stasis glaive. So I really hope they put in a couple legendary ones.
Well, this
in
one
the
is
top
stasis.
spot.
It's just heavy.
Yeah, but I'm a big like energy primary guy. So like
Mhm.
I like running like a solar SMG. I would use glaives a lot more if there was one in that top slot.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah,
lot more.
I would like a stasis one. I think a stasis one would be cool.
Stasis or kinetic or
Yeah,
strand even. I don't care.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just something up there.
All right, let's talk about these exotics here. Final warning: hold down the trigger on this kinetic slot strand sidearm to make targets within range and load a burst of bullets. When hit, firing projectiles track aggressively towards marked targets. So they basically made a strand needler from Halo. Is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Essentially.
This is probably the exotic I'm most excited for. Not even like I don't even think I'm excited for Quicksilver's changes, which I'm ready to talk about that too. I'm excited about that. But Final Warning, I'm more excited about. I think it's going to be interesting, especially with these new exotic armor pieces we're getting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I'm not even a big sidearm guy. The only sidearm I really use was Peace Bond, and that's because I got one with Headstone on it, and it was
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, man! Speaking of sidearms, I was in Crucible the other day, and this dude was just rocking it with Devil's Ruin the whole game.
Seriously?
Like he was on top of their team, and
Interesting.
like he sat on B and he just kept charging it up. He got so many kills.
Speaking of Devil's Ruin, do you think this thing is gonna work like Devil's Ruin, like if you hold it down, it does the burst of the tracking things, and if you like trigger, like you shoot it, it just sends out single ones? Or do you think it's going to be more like a get kills to charge up a burst of strand tracking shots?
I think it's the second option.
Yeah.
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 That's what, 2 exotics now, I think. I don't know if Vex had it, but that little bar on the side of the screen that you got to fill up to use the
Yeah,
exotic perk or
Vex
whatever.
does have it for the catalyst.
it?
Yeah.
Vex, Revision 0, and then Manticore,
Yeah.
I think, are the 3.
I don't know. I still don't have a Vex Mythic class, so I don't know.
Me
I couldn't
either.
tell you.
I'm running some Vogs this weekend, 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up a Vogue sign up because it is the featured raids.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna throw up a Vogue sign up and
Cool.
sign up in the Discord. By the way, join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
On Discord.
Do it.
Get in there.
Deterministic chaos. While holding the trigger, every 4th bullet of this void machine gun becomes a heavy projectile that weakens targets on impact. Every 4th heavy projectile makes targets volatile on impact. This
Nasty.
is nasty. I like in the
Well-
trailer. This looks so cool when they were
I'm
using it.
excited.
There was a thing for the 16th shot too, wasn't there? Why is that not on here?
So the every 4 shots it sends like a heavy bullet, and every 4th heavy bullet makes it volatile.
Yeah, so that would
So
be.
that's
okay,
technically
well,
the
basic
16th
math.
shot.
Ugh.
Yeah,
They just decided to say it confusingly in the.
it's okay. When you said that, I thought about it for a second too, and then I was like, "Oh well, math.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at math, so.
It's okay. I'm not great either." My wife and I just actually had a big discussion about math the other day. So whatever. Not that it matters to this podcast, but
I think it does,
yeah.
Corey.
Yes. You know,
Tower
Joyce,
Casual's woke as hell. Come on.
yeah. We're woke on math here in Tower Casuals.
Woke on math.
Jesus. What is
Tower
happening?
Casuals is hooked on phonics, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New spinoff podcast if we ever start a Patreon is Phonics Casuals.
Phonics
And-
Casuals.
Arithmetic Casuals. Winter Bite. This heavy slot exotic stasis glaive fires a large ball of energy that locks onto nearby targets and freezes them. That sounds cool. I don't know if that's exotic status cool though. I guess it
So
depends on
that-
how frozen they are.
That's interesting because the way it looked in the trailer was this big ball. It almost looked like the Atrax debuff that you get. I wonder if you'll be able to like shoot it off someone or something.
Yeah,
That'd
maybe.
be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be a good way to counter it because honestly, that sounds just way too much like the Warlock super, like completely
The
unavoidable.
stasis turret thing or whatever. Like, yeah.
I
I mean,
just
it's
instantly freeze.
heavy, so like I would assume it's gonna be
Yeah.
hard hitting. It's not like it's some
Yeah.
Yeah,
primary weapon.
yeah. Should be primary. Should be should be.
Automatic shooting stasis
God.
turrets.
Yeah. All right,
Essentially
let's
Ostia Striga of stasis.
let's get into these armor pieces. So I don't know how to say this word.
Nobody does it.
Tarashine's facade. After grappling, this exotic helmet gives extra protection as hunters gain body armor. Oh, great! That's all hunters need is armor. The head is still vulnerable and flinch resistance. Yeah, great. Okay, that's
Yeah, I
nice.
did
So
not know
hunters
that.
are going to be super
Dream.
menacing with sniper rifles. And
Yet
Yep.
again,
gotcha.
Yet again, the hunters win for armor.
Hmm.
Yes.
The Ambient Leap. These Titan boots seem really cool. When Titans use their barricade, it gives extra armor to its wielder and spawns 2 additional seeking projectiles that track targets aggressively and suspend them. That's cool. That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I will.
want these.
Kevry's
I
horn.
want these so bad.
Yeah, I will.
Strand Kevry's horn.
Yeah, I will definitely be trying these out. And then Swarmers, these new exotic leg armor allows warlocks to create threadlings to infest and attack enemies after destroying a tangle. So cool.
I'm gonna be infesting everything.
Great.
Also, why
Infested
did they
this
have to?
podcast.
They like the names of each armor piece get like dumbed down
Yeah.
as you go down the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that hunter. I don't.
Good luck, hunters.
I hope
It's
someone
like,
says
what
that
is
out.
that?
I hope someone says that out loud in a Vidoc at some point. I want to hear the developer struggle, and I want to know how many takes it takes them to say it correctly. That's all I'm saying. More exotic weapons and armor pieces are coming with Lightfall, and of course, the cool legendary ones as well. We are keeping the details about those undercover for now. I mean, even the designs of these weapons look super cool. I think the glaive actually looks really ugly, but I think the machine gun and the sidearm look really cool.
The machine gun looks so cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to use that.
All right, so we went over the weapon changes, so we're gonna skip that. Bye blues for real this time. Man, anybody have any issues getting stuff lost during that blue?
No, I just didn't even log in. I wasn't gonna risk it.
Yeah.
I lost, I think, a lot of like certain titles that I didn't have.
Mhm.
Like it just reset like a lot of the progress, but like I knew there was no way they were gonna let that just be broken.
Yeah.
No.
So I didn't really panic. I'm just mad because I lost 2 red border heritages during that
Oh,
small window of downtime in between there. So
Yeah, I was in the middle of doing the last the revision like on legendary, and yeah, I had to redo that all by myself solo, all over again.
No.
that sounds awful.
That's terrible.
fun times.
Good times. Thanks, Bungie. No, I'm
Thanks,
just kidding.
Bungo.
But seriously, fix it. So now once you've hit the soft power cap, powerful enemies that used to have a small chance of dropping a blue engram will now drop a purple engram instead. While more valuable, this replacement doesn't relieve as much inventory or postmaster pressure as we would like. It will need an additional update to get us to our ultimate goal. Great. Early in Lightfall, we're planning to have powerful enemies instead drop Glimmer and occasionally a purple engram. Gross. No, we don't need Glimmer. Who needs more Glimmer? No. Whenever they would have dropped a blue engram to keep your postmaster inventory clean. Additionally, we've recently boosted the gunsmith reputation gains from other sources by 25% to give everyone to help everyone rank up with Banshee 44 even faster. Great. I like that change.
Yeah.
Don't think we need Glimmer though. Sorry.
All I gotta say is if they keep giving us this much Glimmer, they gotta introduce Guardian gambling. Next logical step.
Then we can finally meet the bookie.
Exactly. A whole quest. We get our legs broken once.
Yeah.
For not paying.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. Easy content.
Mm-hmm. And then we can pay our Zavala tax.
Gonna go hit the casino, play some Shack slots.
Shack slots.
Like
You got 3 sevens, Guardian.
Wow. That'd be kind of cool though, where like you could, if you take an engram and like some Glimmer, and you could like gamble to see what kind of stats you got on it, like what kind of roll you got on it. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know how that would work, but that was just the thought that popped into my head.
You could put like a.
Oh, go on.
No, go for it. You got it.
I'm gonna say like if you spend like 10k Glimmer with a purple engram, it gives you like the God roll or some like crap like that.
Yeah.
Has a chance.
Or you could spend your 7 legendary engrams like we talked about last week on something instead of
an adept.
Oh god.
That has Zen moment and
yeah,
air float.
man. All right, so obviously Lightfall maintenance, there will be downtime between when Lightfall comes out. So just before Lightfall drops, Destiny 2 will be brought offline for 24 hours starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time on February 27th. Players will be reminded of the downtime in-game or on social media channels before it starts. During this period, player can pre-download Lightfall on all platforms. Be advised that the download file will be large. This new installation will improve load times, and overall disk space usage will be smaller afterwards. Great. I like that, especially because my Xbox disk space is limited. Although I do have one of those really expensive 1 terabyte memory cards, but that's fine.
We need the space.
I mean, it's not like Destiny takes up a whole terabyte of space anyway. Let's see. Once the game is brought back online, Lightfall's launch, sign-in queues are expected, especially during the first hours and peak play times. Keep an eye on Bungie Help and at Destiny 2 team for more information. So yeah, be aware. It'll be down. You won't be able to play on the 27th. So,
That's okay.
What?
That's okay.
Yeah.
That actually makes me pretty happy that they're giving a whole 24 hours because they normally don't do that. It's only like
Well, they don't. They
12 or
probably don't
so.
want to Valve the Disciple situation.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming that it means that they're gonna like take their time and like make sure it's all correct and like as best as it can be, which is
I
pretty
didn't think
cool.
there were any problems with Witch Queen launch.
Witch Queen was great, but
the Lightfall launch was
Raid
awful.
And the Spire of the Watcher dungeon launch was terrible too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lightfall launch was terrible. Like, I remember not being able to get in for like 2 days when that launched.
Beyond Light or
Yeah, that's what I say. Lightfall. I meant Beyond Light.
Yeah.
Sorry. Beyond Light was just.
Should be court now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been a long week, guys.
It's
been a week. So yeah. All right. So Cabal Scorpions need some tough love. Valis Forge wants us to remind you that this is the last week of Iron Banner before the new expansion. Therefore, it is your last chance to gild the Iron Lord title if you haven't already. We increase the reputation gains all over the board, so take that into consideration when jumping into Iron Banner Fortress. Do you guys like Fortress?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We are divided. I kind of like that. Like we all kind of take like a 2-minute break in the middle of the match twice to just be toxic.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun to me.
I think it's okay. I wish that only happened once and not twice. Or like they would add, like, take out one of the yellow bars and add another red bar in there. You know, like have 4 and 1 was a yellow bar and 3 were red bars or something. Like, I don't.
Also, I kind of wish that there was more like that the Cabal was more present in the match itself. Like it would be cool. Like when you captured a point, like it spawned like a red bar on it.
Yeah.
Just to have it kind of be more like involved in the mode itself.
Yeah.
But.
Just another reason to make Gambit better. Come on.
Yeah.
Turning Iron Banner.
We have
into
Gambit at home.
Gambit
at home.
Yeah. The polls are open for trials next week, so you can go vote on those maps if you want. I don't care because I'm not great at trials, so it doesn't matter what map I'm on. I'm just dead.
Twilight Gap.
Yeah. Also, Bungie is celebrating Black History Month. That's great since there's 4 white guys here sitting talking about this.
Of course.
Black at Bungie is ready to celebrate another year of Black History Month. This last year was a great one for our Inclusion Club. Our membership grew exponentially. We've continued our partnership with Yale University to help them with their research to improve video graphics for skin and hair, and will be continued to be a sponsor of Game Devs and Color Expo. So does this mean that we get to customize our characters soon and like rebuild them because my character is ugly.
Yeah,
That'd be
I have
cool.
an Exo Titan, and I try to make it look like a Decepticon kind of thing in a way, and it did not bring it over into D2 that well. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I have my
Look.
original Titan from D1, and I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I was stupid and young, and I made my Titan. I was an Exo, and I made his face green, and he had like a yellow horn and like a blood splatter on his eye. It was like I made it. Watched the first cutscene. I'm like, I'm an idiot.
Bungie, let our guardians go to the barbershop. Come on.
Please.
Yeah. Put a barbershop in the game.
It's been 8 years. We need to shape up.
Yeah. Also, if you log in during the month, you get the emblem, the code for the emblem. You can also just enter the code that Bungie provides. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the TWAB, everybody. Check it out. Also, listen to the podcast if you got this far and weren't paying attention. That was the TWAB. So we're gonna move over to listener questions now. Unless anybody has anything else to say about what's going on. Great.
I don't know.
Nope.
All right. So we're gonna answer some questions. Saint 14's 14-inch taint writes in and asks,
Great name.
would you ever want to see a competitive 6v6 trials mode, no revives?
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
it would be
Yeah.
dope.
Mostly because I loved Warzone and Gears 1 specifically.
Mhm.
And that was all just, it was 5v5, one life, you know. And
I mean, and that's how like CS:GO and Valorant is played too. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
you
That's
know,
probably
it
that's
would make sense.
yeah,
would
that's probably where that question came from, not Gears of War 1 20 years ago.
Or it's like search and destroy in Call of Duty. It's like
Yeah.
6v6 one on life. I think that would be a great competitive mode.
Yeah.
I think that would help their like trying to get into the competitive space more. I think that would do a lot
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool. I would be really into that. I actually like the idea of trials. I'm just not very good. And I guess if I played more, it would be better. But also I would feel more comfortable having more teammates helping me live. You know. So
I'd like to give trials a shot. I've recently started my comp journey, because I finished Seraph, and now I'm like, okay, I need a reason to play this game now. So competitive, where I'm going.
There you go. Glorious.
yeah.
I want
Godspeed.
glorious. It's an easy title.
I'm already
Could be.
6 out of 9 on that. I'm actually way
Yeah, I'm
way
pretty close
closer
too,
than I
yeah.
ever thought I would be. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I would like that mode. With new engram focusing, he also has a second question. With engram focusing coming, do you think XP will increase in modes to make gaining ranks easier? No.
No.
I think they just want you to play more. I think is the
Yep.
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, if we gotta burn 7 engrams to
Mhm.
focus something, I would hope it gets a little bit a little bit easier.
I mean, I could see them doing the whole let's wait a season and see how players are reacting to this and, seeing if players are actually going for it. And then after the first season, I could see them kind of adjusting on the fly and being like, oh, we increased gunsmith. Now let's increase everybody. Maybe they'll increase them one by one or increase them individually to see as I see fit,
Maybe, yeah.
Let's wait a week to hear what Salty Grappo has to say, and then we'll tweak it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nitro TJ writes in. He says, "Do you think the symbols in raids should should calm down a little?" I guess I don't know. I feel like that there's a story behind this that I don't know the story, and I need to know the story.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
to
probably
be fair,
referring to Vow.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of symbols in Vow.
There's like 30.
I know they could have probably done half of that and been just
Yeah.
as compelling, I guess.
I think we need 150 different unique symbols per raid.
I hate you so much right
Constantly changing.
now. Gross.
No.
Nope. uh. So yeah, maybe they should calm down a little bit. Joe Aces writes in, what mechanic
guy
would you like
sucked.
to see in a raid, new or returning? Man, stand on the ledge with Galahorn and somebody chops down the boss with a sword.
I'm gonna say the little in Wrath of the Machine where you had to like stand in certain spots kind of thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you guys remember that?
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was it was painstaking, but that was so awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was actually thinking of Wrath too, but like the final boss room where you had to like, do like fight the enemies to get the balls, and you had to throw the balls in the hole to, like take down the shields, and then you had to like get in the specific spot to like shoot the boss without getting hit type thing.
Mhm.
I actually really like Wrath of the Machine a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the one raid I have never done.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
I love it.
no.
It's the best.
Yeah. Except for the Death Zamboni part. Like that
Oh my
that
God,
part's
yeah,
not
it's the
great, but
worst.
That part
also
looked awesome.
but also for
No.
like
That looked amazing.
the first 6 months that
No.
raid was around, there was a glitch where you could just like jump around it, which we
And then
did
it's done.
because that
Yep.
sucked.
You just run to the end after that.
Yeah.
I always personally love in raids when they like split people up into like groups. Like
Yeah.
in like Crown in the boss room when they split everyone up into 3 teams of 2. I would love more of like that, like splitting everyone up so like people have to do mechanics and not just sit there and shoot stuff the whole time.
Mhm.
I
Get people trying.
I really liked the map in Scourge. I think having a map reader is like super cool because it's communication. It's people doing the work. I think it's great. It's a great team building thing.
Josh
Oh,
might
yeah.
Plus,
argue
it's
with
just
you
cool.
as the map reader. Josh might argue with you.
Oh,
I loved that
Josh
whole
is the
aspect
resident
of
map reader.
Yeah.
that raid. Same here.
I was the go getter.
Oh, man. All right. Chino writes in. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess. If Wrath of the Machine is the next raid, what raid exotic would you like to see take Outbreak's place? And if it's an exotic quest, what would the quest be like?
So the answer to that first part, I hope so.
Yeah.
For Wrath to come.
Yeah.
Second, No Land Beyond. Bungie, hear me out already.
Oh, no,
No
you're
Land
one of those
Beyond.
people. No.
I'm not giving up, man. All right. I know it's been 7 years, but you know what? I don't care. And then for the No Land Beyond quest, you have to do 1,000 headshots. That's what it is to get the catalyst for that gun.
So I actually have two thoughts about this. I actually think that binary code quest in that raid was super cool to get Outbreak Prime the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see that somehow come back, but either they would have to tweak it because obviously people know that puzzle already. So maybe they would tweak it a little bit, or maybe you'd have to do a couple things earlier in the raid, like you do Inspire the Watcher, like when you have to go up to the monitors to get Aramis's little symbols to do whatever, to activate the computers at the bottom. I think that would be an interesting thing to add a little bit of a twist. So Josh talks about oh my gosh, the Siva trace rifle a lot. I'm of two minds of this. So I know they said they're done with Siva. My original thought was some sort of shotgun, like charged slug shotgun, and then like the fourth shot or the last, like if you hit on all your shots or whatever, the slug would explode and become sort of like the Outbreak perfected headshot stuff, where it would have little tracking things. But also,
keep it flying all around.
yeah, but also since they said they're done with Siva, I think this would be the cool place to introduce the Rise of Iron axe as an exotic. And instead of an Outbreak perfected or an Outbreak prime, when the thing opens up, you get the axe.
Oh, that'd be sick, actually.
That would be
So-
pretty cool.
My thoughts on this, I think it's rather interesting. So Salvation's Grip, it pops up that ice. What if there was like a Siva exotic? It was like a grenade launcher, and it popped up. You know, in Rise of Iron, there were like the big swarm things you had to shoot. It pops up one of those, and it has the AOE damage on it. I think that could be rather interesting. Because you pile that's basically your new anarchy right there. You pile up a couple shots around the boss, you have passive damage. That'd be fun
So-
to play with.
I am kind of in the same vein as you, but instead of a grenade launcher, I thought a caster frame sword, because there's not enough of those in the game
No, there's not
that are
actually.
fun
Yeah.
and good to use. So I think like a Siva, because if it's gonna be Wrath of the Machine, it's gotta be Siva. All
Yeah.
the weapons are Siva based. I know I said they're done with it, but this is in a universe that they bring back Wrath. So I think it would be cool if it's like a caster frame sword and you throw like balls of Siva.
That'd be cool.
I think that'd be dope.
Man, it's so hard to beat Outbreak perfected though. That weapon is like
Solid.
it's just a great all around weapon.
hmm
It's not too powerful. It's got a great perk. I mean, it handles well. It's just a great weapon. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Tiger Jesus writes in. He says, I actually think his name is Tiger Jesus, but I like to call him Tiger Jesus. I don't know if that's like a white racist sort of thing.
Probably
Tower
is.
Casual's woke as fuck.
I know. What are some of the
Tower
funniest
Casual's host is racist on podcast? Question mark.
What?
Yeah. I'm canceled. Tomorrow on this post, I'm just going to get canceled. It's all right. It's fine. What are some of the funniest Destiny usernames you've come across in the wild?
Oh God.
I mean, there's always
Where do
the
I-
classic Marasov's
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
that's what I thought of too. That's the first one I thought of too.
Yeah.
Classic.
Man, what are some of the funnier ones? I saw a funny one the other day. I don't remember what it was, but me and my friend were just like, we were at the gunsmith picking up bounties, and I unpaused again. I'm like, dude, look at this name. And it was, I wish I could remember. It was, what was it? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now. It was so funny though. I hate this. I wish my brain worked better. There's some funny ones out there though. Like
There's one I got the other day on stream. It was Chewbacca's condom.
oh
No.
god, that's funny. That you posted that somewhere, didn't you?
Wait, what?
Did you post that? Did you take a screenshot and post that somewhere? I feel like I saw that at some point.
Maybe a long time ago.
Maybe.
Because like I say it the other day on stream, but all my streams kind of like blend together, so I don't remember exactly what stream it was. So I just saw that. And I was just like, you can have any name in the world, and you go with Chewbacca's condom. Like, okay,
Try and
I
true.
mean, freedom.
yeah, that's
People
fair. I
freedom.
mean, the Morosov's OnlyFans one. That's
That's
A
classic.
tier. That's S tier.
Classic.
That's the
That's
best.
S tier.
Classic.
Yeah.
Absolute classic.
Man, there's some good names out there. Keep an eye out. Maybe that'll be the next contest. Find the funniest names. Post them in the Discord. Join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
Dealer writes in. He says, with Strand being being new to the game, do you think it will take over PvP like Stasis did when it was released? I don't know, man. Stasis was pretty everywhere for a long time in PvP.
Yeah. Well, at first I was really leery about the grapple out, and then I read that it replaced the grenade, and I lost like all worries I had about it being just spammed everywhere.
Yeah, but Strand, you can like tie people up and like freeze them, and like that's gonna
Yeah.
be that's gonna be a pretty big game changer too, even without grenades.
Yes, but
yeah.
I think Strand is going to come in underwhelming in PvP based off of what happened with Stasis. I think
It's true.
because I'm pretty sure Strand was originally like going to be with Witch Queen.
Probably.
And they backed off of it and took extra time with it. So I'm thinking it's going to be either pretty close to balanced or underwhelming. I do think that Hunter exotic is going to get nerfed because that is going to be nuts.
Yeah, that Hunter exotic
for sniping.
Man,
And
you're gonna see a
that's gonna
lot
be
of hunters wear
pretty-
that in PvP.
Oh, but they
crazy.
wouldn't they wouldn't nerf one-eyed for like 6 months. Okay.
Fair.
Just give me
I'm
an
gonna say
exotic.
That's fair.
Trials is gonna be stupid with that exotic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
My favorite exotic still Dude Marchers, and no one's ever gonna tell me any different. They're useless, but it's fine.
In year one, I actively used peacekeepers like religiously.
It was funny. I actually used Dune Marchers when we were running Leviathan pretty regularly because of the gauntlet specifically. And my friends would always yell at me and be like, "You need to run a different exotic." I'm like, "No, my Titan is slow. I need to run the gauntlet." Shut up. I'm like, "I'm not dying. What's the problem?"
It's like I'm quick as hell
Yeah.
through this gauntlet.
Oh man. The dealer also writes in. This is answering Saint's question. So, on that note, that's all the questions because these are just replies. All right. Let's read a quick lore corner, everybody, and then we'll get out of here. I don't know if this has been read yet, but I like it, so I'm going to read it anyway. This is the judgment of Kelgarath, the glaive from this season. Carve unto me a tribute of wailing prayers, says Zivu Arath. That's the Hive God of War, if you didn't know, everybody. In case you are new here. If you're new here, welcome. We do a segment called Lore Corner. Usually Josh does this part, and he's way better at dramatic reading, but it's fine. The black flame projection of Zivu Arath fills the Martian cavern. Below her, Kelgaroth's broken blade rests atop a ritual altar. Both are inlaid with runes caked in dried blood layered like stratum. An ornately ordained wizard presides over the communal ceremony. They motion to the blade. This one has failed you many times. The cavern quakes with Zivu's whispering reply. She reaches through the projection and coaxes the blade into the air, then cleaves hefts of heavy hive metal from the weapon. What remains is a dark sliver, an imitation of Zivu's black edge. The blade is forged, a razor of painless edge and subtle ends. Zivu Arath twists her claws. A haft condenses from a swirling soul fire into solid stone and bonds to the blade. By her voice, the weapon is anointed, in judgment passed. At her command, a tear into the ascendant plane bursts open before her. Kelgaroth steps from the portal. What can this humble servant offer death? The cavern fills with her answer. Kelgaroth barely recognizes the blade he once pledged to Savathun, now remade as he has been. He grips it, and in his grasp, it sprouts into a wicked axe, cored by a sliver of Zevo Wrath's might. Rise, Kelgaroth, the Darkblade. Cool. The Darkblade is coming back, everybody.
New Darkblade just dropped.
Darkblade is going to be a raid boss.
For sure.
But like,
I would really.
oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
I was gonna say like
I'm
the
sorry.
first boss, like the War Priest.
Hey, War Priest is my favorite encounter. In
No,
King's
it's
Fall,
not.
so-
You shut your mouth.
Yes, I'm so serious. Not new War Priest, old War Priest. Old War Priest.
Man, War Priest is the worst part of King's Fall.
Yeah.
I
think
don't
it's
mind it.
cool.
I think they brought it more in line. Like if it was the same as it was in D1, it would be too easy. Because they gave I think 60 seconds for damage in D1. That's a long time.
Yeah. What is it now?
Yeah.
30, 40?
30 if you're a god tier team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like probably like 25
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah.
But I really hope at some point we get to fight like a hive boss, like a Dark Souls style fight where it's just like a huge boss and we have to fight it with like a sword.
Oh god. We like that. You have to have the sword. Like
It's
everybody
like
has to have a sword.
a hive relic is all you could damage him with. And
Yes.
it's
Gross.
like a huge boss.
Yeah.
And it would be cool if you only got teleported in one at a time for like 15 seconds each.
Oh no. No, that's no.
You had to do damage to him.
Yeah. That'd be
I don't know,
cool.
I'm excited for
That'd be
Zevu Wrath.
Same.
It's gonna be so cool.
Step on me, Zivu.
Yeah. I don't know. My speculation is definitely that at the end of this season, we are going to see Zevu Wrath get properly introduced in the game. She's definitely going to open up her throne world above the Traveler. It's going to happen. It has to.
Oh yeah. If y'all have been keeping up with the lore, like we're gonna get fucked up in Lightfall. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna get our like demolished in Lightfall.
Yeah.
What I keep telling people is this is kind of like Marvel. This is the Infinity War
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the Destiny franchise.
Oh yeah.
They've said as
And-
much too, right? Like they've kind of compared their story
Essentially.
arcs to what MCU
Marvel
did.
and Star
I'm
Wars.
just ready for our big Avengers assemble with Savathun.
Savathun, the
Yeah.
Lucent Hive, Cabal,
Yeah, it's gonna be
Mithrax,
it's gonna be so cool.
Shawhan's gonna get
Blueberries.
brutally
Shawhan's army
murdered.
of blueberries.
Shah Han's the one that sacrifices himself.
Shawhan's gonna get brutally murdered by Zebu Wrath.
I hope it's
gonna be great.
hilarious. I hope he is like running and he turns in the corner somewhere and Zuva Wrath is standing there and he just gets decapitated and the screen turns to black. Like,
No, he's just running and he slips on a banana peel and dies.
okay. No, here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall on his ghost and murder his
And
ghost,
crush
and
it.
he's just gonna die.
He's gonna
Because he-
slip on a banana peel, crush his ghost,
Yeah.
and die.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
Sorry, Yoloder, for interrupting you. What?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, this is essentially like, as I stated, this is like our Infinity War, and then the next DLC is gonna be the end game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna. I'm excited, and like what everyone's saying is like, yeah, that's gonna be great. And at the same time, it's like, what the hell's gonna happen after the end game?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what
Well,
scares me.
So
they haven't revealed it yet. So
let me.
I think they have like a 10-year plan after Final
Yeah.
Shape. I think
Yeah.
that's
I'm
what
assuming
they
in the
said.
final shape reveal, they're gonna tell us a little
Yeah.
more about that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I'm gonna ask you guys this question, and then we'll get out of here. Like, Josh and I have had this conversation a couple times now, where So we just kind of assumed that like we have 8 seasons left to tell the story, but will the story end after the campaign and then the seasons following will introduce us into what's next, or will they split the story up into 2 parts?
Okay, so here's my thought on that. We're definitely finishing up a lot of the stories we've opened up. We're finishing up the Keitel stuff, the Mithrax stuff, and definitely the Eris stuff. That's done. Uh, but we at the same time we've also opened up new things like Crow and Savathun is left unchecked. All these. What are we gonna? And plus, we still have to meet the Cloud Striders. What are they gonna? How are we gonna wrap up their story all in 8 seasons? And even Mara. Mara's had the longest story going so far.
Mm-hmm.
How are we gonna wrap that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
In 8
when is Mara
seasons.
gonna drop her OnlyFans link? It's
Yeah. And when are we getting the 15th
all of us
wish?
have been waiting for it here. I feel like do you guys remember that one like slideshow thing of like the layout of the next couple years of
Yeah.
Destiny?
Yeah.
So I think right after the final shape square was the Project Goliath or whatever, and I don't think it had seasons after it. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I'm
but
looking it up now here.
I didn't know what
That's
to
not
type in to like find it. So
Yeah, I typed in I just
kinda
typed in Destiny 2
gave up on
roadmap.
it. Yeah.
So take me back here. All right. So okay, so here I'm on blueberries.gg. Let's see. So we have year 6 is Lightfall, season 20. Year 7 is Final Shape, and well, they don't have the image. The thumbnail is the image, and they didn't give me an image. Jeez. Anyways, I guess
Behind a paywall, pay 99 cents.
Gross.
You can access this.
Let's see.
I kind of want Bungie just to be a big smartass, just for once. Just call like a season of the redacted. Just for shits and giggles.
That would be fun. It's like we told you what the season was years ago. You just didn't know.
Exactly.
It's like we have been nothing but transparent about the season names.
Yeah, so somebody told me this, or I was talking to somebody, and they told me this. They said, with the time traveling thing, what if they use the final shape, and the end of the final shape, you just time travel back to Destiny 1, and then they like
it's a loop,
like restart Destiny 1, but actually build the game they wanted to build from the beginning. And I was like,
don't pull a Futurama on us.
Well, if you would have asked me this 5 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, sure. But the place where the game's at now and where the story's going and everything, I'd be like, oh, that'd be so disappointing.
Oh my god.
That'd just be so disappointing.
I wouldn't be a fan.
There's a lot.
My mind is just blown up just hearing that as an option. I'm like, no, I don't like this.
Yeah.
The Destiny multiverse. It's real.
Yeah, there it is. I found it. Okay, I found it.
Found it?
So 2022 Lightfall. There's a couple Lightfall and then Final Shape. It says right underneath it says redacted. And there's 4 seasons also underneath it. But also Project Goliath is kind of hidden in there right with it. And so
would you mind sending the link?
Let's see. Oh, it's on Twitter. Somebody tweeted it out. Destiny Bulletin tweeted it out. All right. Here, I will just do this. Post it here. Actually, I don't see Goliath on there. I think I just lied to you on accident. No, that says redacted. Never mind. That's the image I found. So, what does this roadmap say? The same thing. Okay. But maybe it's in this thread. Maybe there's a better image in this thread. Nope,
See,
it's just a bunch of replies saying how much everybody hates Destiny.
It felt like there was one that said Project Goliath.
Yeah, there was, because because
and it's like right with the final shape, and it's like a major thing,
mm-hmm.
like all the other expansions. So I'm very curious. What I would love is if, like, with the final shape, like they dropped, like they were somehow able to do like all of the Destiny content up until this date, including like from D1 is all like accessible.
Well, that was like the rumor, and that was going to be like their cloud solution, right? That was like the
or just like you can choose to download these extra DLC packs.
Yeah. So especially like maybe even the seasons that you missed too.
Yeah, like I would be down to have all the seasonal content that we've ever had.
Yeah. So, all right, well, that's enough of that, I guess. We did it. We recorded a podcast, everybody.
We did it.
Joasis, Yoloder, T7 Fox Warrior, thank you for your time tonight. I really appreciate it. Filling in on this episode. You guys need to come back.
Thank you, sir.
For a guest appearance soon. You guys want to tell everybody where you can find you? Yoloder, we'll start with you.
You can find me on all social media at Yoloder with 2 R's. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Twitch, obviously. Yeah. Do it up.
Nice. Joasis.
You can find me Twitter, Joasis LLR, I believe it is. I'm trying to start a little bit of streaming. It's not fully formed yet, but Twitch at Joasis. And I make music sometimes. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all Joasis.
Nice. Fox Warrior, you want to tell people where they can find you?
You can find me on Instagram at T7Fox, as well as Twitter, Twitch. Maybe. I haven't streamed in a while. I want to get back into it. Find me there. But the main place you'll find me is the Tower Casuals podcast Discord. Join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
Tower Casuals woke as fuck.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a. Maybe I'll make that a shirt.
So what's hilarious is we literally said we should have Corey make that a shirt.
I mean, I can if you want. I can throw it up there.
That'd be awesome.
You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on my other podcasts. You can find me in the Tower Casuals Discord. You can follow Tower Casuals at Tower Casuals on all social media platforms that we're on. Everybody tweet at Josh and tell him he missed a good time tonight, and hope he chokes on a sandwich. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Josh is at Josh_Finn with 2 N's. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of Tower Casuals. Until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.